Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pen Man. Today our special guest is the Twisbi Eco. The Twisbi Eco has been around since about 2015. The Eco in Twisbi Eco stands for economical, not ecological, even though all fountain pens are more ecological. But economical because the Twisbi Eco is a more affordable version of the Twisbi 580. Also interesting about the Twisbi Eco is it comes with a JoWo nib, a number 4 JoWo nib made in Germany. A nib that is slightly smaller than what you will find on the Twisbi 580. It was also developed to be some competition to, say, the Lamy Safari as well as the Pilot Metropolitan. As a well-made pen, a nice pen, but more economical. Just it fits that range of that price range that was kind of lacking in the pen world, fountain pen world. It comes in a variety of colors, and I think in my count, I counted about 14, maybe over 14 different colors of the Twisbi Eco. I got the translucent red, green, and blue in my collection. They come in a variety of nib sizes as well, fine, medium, broad, and even a 1.1 stub. Now, something I'll have to say about that 1.1 stub is I compare it to, say, a Goulet 1.1. The Twisbi 1.1 looks a bit smaller. It looks like maybe it's only a 1mm stub. Okay, so how about we take a look at some of the dimensions of the Twisbi Eco, and then we will do some size comparisons as well as, you got it, the writing sample. Okay, the Twisbi Eco, keeping with the idea of being economical, comes in this box with a a cardboard sleeve, just a kind of thin sleeve with the Twisbi logo on it. And here you have another logo, and then the Eco, you pop the top. It's just a plastic container. And then you have the flap. Open that top flap. That gives some instructions. Instructions are built into the packaging there on how to fill and also how to remove the piston mechanism, and that end of the, and how to after you clean it, how to re-grease it. It comes here with these are more cleaning type of instructions there. And you have this, and this is, do not use alcohol until it becomes 21. Anyway, okay, so you have, comes with its the wrench there. Nice wrench. I really like the fact that the Eco is so maintenance friendly as well. Okay, then you have this little bottle of silicone grease. Now it's more of a, it's a little thinner. You can get a thicker silicone grease. I mean, you could pick silicone grease, clear silicone grease up in hardware stores, and that's fine. And of course, the guest of the hour, the Twisbi Eco pen. Alrighty, and then you have the pen, and about one turn, the cap comes off, and then you have the whole thing is clear. It's great. I love it. You can see ink in the grip section there, a little bit of ink in that section, and of course as well as in the body to be able to see it sloshing around. Let me see if I can get some white behind there, see if you can see it sloshing. I kind of have it, I have it very full at the moment. Okay, there's a little rubber gasket there just to help seal up for to keep the nib dry as well. There is in the cap, there's another plastic cap in there, and so as you bring these together, so that also that seals up against the base or the hilt of the nib or the grip, whatnot. I'm thinking of a knife hilt. Okay, so if this is the knife handle and this is the blade, this is the hilt, right? All right, so this plastic will kind of match right up with that. So you get a nice seal, so your pen's not going to dry out. Now these Twisbis, they run for around $30, just a tad bit under in some cases. But I think the style on these are nice. I mean, the clear barrel, it depends. I've heard some people that prefer this straight clear barrel. I will look at the 580 in review to come. I kind of like the 580's diamondish type of barrel there, but anyhow, it's just a nice round. It's very comfortable in the hand. The grip section is comfortable. It's not too thin. I can deal with a thin grip section as long as the body isn't too bad or there's some weight. There is a nice weight to this, but it's light. So at the same time, I mean, you know you're holding a pen in your hand. It's not like one of those acrylic pens that just seems like, man, do I even have a pen in my hand? I mean, some people like that. Me, I like a little bit of weight there. The cap, I appreciate the fact that on the cap there, it's a nice metal cap. It's wide. It's a wide band. Some of the more economical pens in this class, you know, they don't really have a wide band. It's just maybe a thin band, but across there it has Twisbi, and it's probably painted on there. But anyway, try to zoom in there. So you got Twisbi, and then on the back side you have Eco, and the Ecos are made in not Japan, Taiwan. Okay. The clip, it's a nice clip. It's nothing fancy at all, but it is very functional. It's a nice tight, but again, you got a good rounded edge there, so it's going to slide into a pocket very easily. You slide right on the paper here with little effort. I mean, there's some, but that's good because you want it to hold, right? All right. The nib, as I mentioned earlier, it would be Jowo. It's a Jowo nib, and it would be about a number 4, I believe is what they're calling it. Very simple nib, just has the Twisbi logo and says Twisbi on there, and then down by the hilt it will say 1.1, almost buried in the hilt there. It says 1.1. It will post. fact, there's a, if you'll notice that on the back side here, there's another gasket, okay? And that helps with the, not only sealing, I guess. I'm not sure, huh? I don't think that seals. Anyway, but also with the posting. It really, I think that's the main function there, is posting, keep top on, but you know, as you can see, it really gets that, gets the back end out there. It doesn't bother me, like I've mentioned on some pins. It doesn't, the base of the cap here does not ride on my knuckle, so that doesn't bother me at all. But it is way out there. It's, you know, it feels a little top heavy, as you would imagine. All right, so let's do some size comparisons. Alrighty, here is the Eco next to the Diplomat Excellence A. We have the Pilot Custom 823. And then a couple of the Eco's competitors. We have the Lamy Safari Savannah and then the Pilot Metro. So that's kind of nice, as I mentioned. And here they are unposted, matched according to where you're going to be holding it on the grip at the hilt there. And there they are, posted. Now it's time for the writing sample. Okay. And we're using what they call a 1.1. And I call it a 1 point, but whatever. Ink is Diamine Oxblood. Probably knew that as soon as I wrote Diamine. Okay. Wetness. Nice flow. Okay. Line variation. It gives some, but quite frankly, as you start using this, putting pressure on it, it writes really rough. I don't know if smoothing the pen would do any good or not, but you can get some line variation. Obviously, it's a stub nib, so naturally you're going to get some thin lines that way, thicker lines this way. Okay, that's the nice thing about a stub nib. But, you know, you don't have to press down. You just, like that, and it's smooth. If you're not pressing down, it's plenty smooth. So you might get a little bit of extra line variation going that way, but let's try that. Okay, I'm not pressing down at all. So you get some nice line variation there. I don't know, stub nib reverse writing. Let's see. Yeah, you can do it. Again, as is typical of reverse writing, it's a little scratchy. Writing increases brain power, and I like to write, so it makes me happy. All right, so there you have it, a writing sample of the Twisbi Eco 1.1 stub. All right, thanks again for tuning in to The Pen Man. I really appreciate your watching, and again, I hope that these have been a help to you. If they are, please subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, like it. Any kind of comments that you would like to submit, go ahead and do that too. I encourage you to check out a couple of other videos here that might be helpful as well. All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.